Hello, friends. How are you? Today, inshallah, we are going to solve some questions from المعاصر exercise book on the second concept, senses at work. And we are going to start with solving page 53. Page 53. The first question is, choose from column B what suits it in column A. So we are going to read the question from the column B, or the statement, the sentences, and we are going to choose the correct answer from column A. The first one is, it is from the flying nocturnal animals. It is from the flying nocturnal animals, so it flies, it's nocturnal, that can hear the quiet movement of rats. So when we read this question, we say, we underline the word flying, we underline the word nocturnal, and we underline the sense or the super sense that they have, that they can hear the quiet movement of rats. Which one? Is it the bat? Bat is flying, the bat is nocturnal, and they cannot hear the quiet movement of rats. No. Is it the owl? The owl is flying, the owl is nocturnal, I can hear the quiet movement of rats. Yes, I think this is the correct answer. Let's check the snake. The snake is not flying, so the answer will be 2. So number 2 will have A. Okay, the second statement. It is from the nocturnal reptile. So it's a nocturnal and it's a reptile. Okay, so it's not a bird, and it can sense the body heat of rats. It can sense the body heat. I don't think it's a bat, because the bat it's flying, it's not reptile. It's not the owl. The owl is flying, it's not reptile. So this is the snake, because it has special parts of their faces that sense the body heat of the rats. So the correct answer will be 3. 3 will be B. The snake. Okay, the third statement, it's not flying, it is a non-flying mammal. It's a non-flying mammal, so we don't have mammals here. We have birds and reptiles, so we are not going to choose the correct answer for this question. And this here, it is one of the flying nocturnal animals. So nocturnal and flying, the sound reflected to it after hitting mosquitoes. So the sound is reflected to it. So this is echolocation, and the bat has the echolocation property. So 1 will be C. Okay, so let's go to this next table. We're going to read the statement in column B, and we're going to choose the correct answer from column A. First, it is the main control center of the body, of the animal body. So main control center. It is the main control center. Do you remember this statement? We said it is the main control center, it is the boss of the body, it is the king of the body. So which one, which organ is it? It is the brain. Is it the sensory receptors? No. Is it the nerves? No. Is it the brain or the spinal cord? No, it's the brain. The brain is the main control center. It controls all the body actions. So the correct answer will be the brain. So 3 will be A. We are going to write 3A. Okay. B. They are electrical impulses that reach the brain. They are electrical impulses that reach the brain. So let's check here. Is it the sensory receptors? No, they are not electrical impulses. Is it the nerves? No, the nerves carry the electrical impulses. They are not electrical impulses. Is it the brain? No. Is it the spinal cord? No. The spinal cord is a group of nerves. So we're going to skip this one. We're not going, it doesn't have any correct answer from column A. You are going to move on to the next statement. It is found in the backbone. So where is it? It is in the backbone. So we are going to underline this word, okay, and transmit the message from and to the brain. Do you remember when we talked about this organ? We said it's the secretary of the brain. To take the message from the brain and then take the messages to the brain. So, and where is it? It's in the spine or in the backbone. So this is the spinal cord. This is the spinal cord, because it's found in the backbone and it's the secretary of the brain. It takes the messages from and to the brain. So 4 will have C. They are found on the sensory organs, and the first to sense the surrounding environment. So where are they? They are found on the sensory organs. Okay, so and they are first to sense the surrounding environment. What are they? Is it the sensory receptors? I think yes. The sensory receptors actually they are a group of nerves, that special nerves that are found on the sensory organs, and what does they do? They sense the surrounding environment. They collect information from the environment. So the correct answer for this question will be sensory receptors. Sensory receptors. So one will have D. E, they receive information from the sensory receptors. We said before that the sensory receptors collect the information and send it to the nerves. The nerves will carry the electrical impulses to the spinal cord and the brain. So the correct answer, they receive information, they get the information from the sensory receptors. The correct answer will be the nerves. So 2 will be E. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Put true or false. Put true or false. The sensory receptors in the eyes, let's underline the important words. So here we are talking about the sensory receptors in the eyes receive the sound. So here we are talking about the sensory organ, the eyes. The eyes is specialized with the light or the images. So here it says the sensory receptors in the eyes receive the sound produced by the radio and send it to the brain. Type. So the eyes, does it get the sound? Or which organ get the sound? The sound. We hear. Sound is hearing. Hearing is not for the eyes. Hearing is for the ears. This statement or this sentence will be wrong because the eyes doesn't hear. They see. So this is wrong. The second question is animals that are active during the daytime. Active during the daytime are called nocturnal animals. Is it correct or false, guys? What are the nocturnal animals? Nocturnal animals is they are the animals that they are active at night. So this question will be wrong because it's active at daytime. No, it is active at night time. Some animals prefer hunting during the night than hunting during the day. Yes, this is correct because sometimes it's very hot in the morning. Sometimes their prey are not found in the morning. They are hiding away. So yes, they prefer hunting at night than hunting during the daytime. Some animals have abilities that humans they don't have. Some animals have abilities, have powers that the humans don't have. And these abilities are called supersensory adaptations. It is correct, guys. Some animals do they have like supersensory adaptations, super sense, superpowers in their sense? I guess yes, they have. Some animals actually yes, they have supersensory adaptations, like the owls, like the bats, like the snakes, like the dolphins. So yes, they have super ability in their senses. Number 5, the owl depends on the echo to determine the location of the prey within the grass or beneath the snow. Hey, guys, what do you think? The owl, do they depend on the echo? Do they have the echolocation property? Is this correct? I don't think so. Actually, no. The owls have supersensory adaptation in their sight. Their eyes can see and their ears can hear the sounds of even for animals or rats or that they are hiding even under the snow. So this it will not be the owl, it can be the bat, but the bats use echolocation property, but the owls don't. Okay, number 6. A bat makes sound that hits insects and then bounces back to it. Thus, the bat can locate them. So here in this question, it says the bats they make sound that hit the insect and then bounces back to it. This is correct. The bats, do they use the echolocation? Do they produce sound and the sound hit the object and return back to them? So yes, this answer is correct. A snake has the ability to sense the cold bodies of prey using a special part of its face. So let's underline the important words here. Snake, sense, cold bodies, special parts of its face. The snake, yes, it has the ability to sense by special parts on their faces, but do they sense cold bodies. Do you remember what did we say? That the human body or the animal bodies or any living body to produce heat. So warm bodies, not cold bodies. So this answer will be wrong. Will be wrong answer. And the snakes, they don't feel the cold bodies, they feel the warm bodies. So we're going to continue page 54. So number 8, the spinal cord is the main control center of the body, which carries the messages from and to the brain. So let's highlight and underline the important word. The spinal cord, the main control center of the body, which carry the messages from the brain and to the brain. Okay, guys, is the spinal cord the main center of the body? Is the spinal cord like the boss of the body, controls everything in the body? Is it correct? No, it's the brain. So this statement or this sentence is wrong. Number 9, the heart and the eyes are connected to the brain through blood vessels that transmit information in the form of electric impulses. Let's underline the important words. The heart and the eyes are connected to the brain through blood vessels that transmit information in the form of electrical impulses. Does the blood vessels transmit information? The blood vessels carry the blood. It doesn't take the electrical impulses. So this question is wrong. This statement or sentence is wrong. It's the nerves, through the nerves. The electrical impulses are transmitted through the nerves. The tongue is a sensory organ responsible for taste. Let's underline the new words here. The tongue is the sensory organ. Okay, sensory organ, and the tongue responsible for taste, which send messages to the brain to be processed and therefore identify the type of food. Let's check if these statements are correct or not. The tongue is the sensory organ, correct. It's responsible for the taste, when correct. And this send the messages to the brain to be processed and to know the type of the food, when correct. The answer of this question is true, it's not false. The last one, the sensory receptors in the nose are responsible for touching. Let's see. The sensory receptors in the nose. Yes, the nose have sensory receptors. Are they responsible for touching? The nose? Touching? No. The nose is responsible for smelling. So this will be wrong answer. This will be a wrong answer. The next question is question number 4. Write the scientific term. Write the scientific term. And guys, do you remember when we said, when we see a write a scientific term question, we answer the question, what is it? What is it? Write the scientific term. So what is it? What is that? What is that? Let's see. Number 1, a group of different animals that look for their prey at night. So a group of animals, what do? They look for their prey at night. What is that? What is the name of this group? What is the group of different animals that look for their prey at night? They are active at night to look for their prey. So these are the nocturnal animals. These are the nocturnal animals. The second one is, what is a reptile that can sense the body heat of its prey at night using special parts of its face? So there is a reptile, they sense the body heat, they use special parts of its face. Which one is it? Do you remember? What is the name of this reptile? They are snakes. Snakes. Okay, because they say so it be snake. Okay, because it's singular. 1. A property by which a bat can locate its prey insects through the sound through the sound reflected from them. So what is this property? What is it? When the bat makes the sound and then the sound reflected from the insect, this is called what, guys? What is the property of the bat? What does the bat use to locate their prey? Echolocation. Echolocation. Number 4, an animal that can turn its head backwards and has bowl-shaped face and large eyes. What is it? What is this animal? Do you remember the animal that have large eyes and they can turn their heads very in wide directions or backward, and their faces are bell-shaped face? They can fly. They are nocturnal. They have supersensory organs and they have supersensory adaptations in their sight and hearing. What are they? They are the owl. The owl. A system that controls all the body functions, and nerves are one of its parts. So it's a body system that controls all the body functions and actions, and they have nerves as a part of this system. Which system have the nerves in their structure? Do you remember the name of the system? It's the human, it's the nervous system. We didn't mention that it's human, so we're going to write nervous system without mentioning human. The organ responsible for processing information, guys, processing information, studying the information, transmit it to it, and then send the messages to the sensory organs. Which organ is responsible for studying the information or processing the information? Is it the spinal cord? No. The spinal cord just delivers the messages. Is it the nerves? No. The nerves just carry the messages or carry the electric impulses. So which one? It's the brain. The brain process the information, study the information that is transmitted to it or sent to it. So it's the brain. An organ composed of a group of nerves located in the backbone and send messages from the and to the brain. So guys, there's an organ. It is made of a group of nerves. Where is it? It's inside the backbone, inside the spine. And what is its job? It sends the messages from and to the brain. So it's the secretary of the brain. Which organ is it? Do you remember? Yes, it's the spinal cord. Spinal cord. Okay, number 8. They include the eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and skin. They receive information from the surrounding and send it to the brain. Eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and skin. Guys, what's the name of this group? Are they the senses? No, the senses are sight, the hearing, the smelling, the touching, the tasting. So what is the name of them? Yes, they are the sensory organs. They are the sensory organs. So these are the sensory organs. The last one, a type of nerves in the sensory organ, a type of nerves in the sensory organs that is responsible for receiving information from the environment. There's nerves in the sensory organ. Their job is to take or collect or gather or receive information from the environment. What is the name of these nerves? Do you remember? Yes, they are receive, so they are receptors. They are sensory receptors. Good job. Okay, so the next question is number 5. Complete the following sentences. Complete the following sentences. So here we're going to read the sentence. We are going to write the missing word. Okay, so let's number 1. To determine place of prey at night, snakes rely on their abilities to sense. The snakes sense. What do the snakes sense? They sense the heat produced by the prey bodies, whereas bats locate their prey using what? Property. The bats, how do they locate their prey? They have property. It's called, yes, echolocation. Yes, bravo. Okay, number 2. Echolocation property is used by which organism and which animals to locate their prey? We studied echolocation in 2 organisms or 2 animals. Do you remember what are they? First, we studied the echolocation in the bats, and then we studied the echolocation in the dolphins. Bravo, yes, this is the correct answer. Bats use echo to find their food. This is considered as an example of adaptation. The bats, which adaptation is it? Is it structural? Is it behavioral? The bats use the echo to find their food. Is this like something the bats do because of something of it in its structure? Do they have supersensory adaptation in their ears, in their hearing? Yes. So this is something in their structure, guys. It's not something that they do without a change in their structure. They have a change in their structure. They have adaptation in their structure. So this will be structural adaptation, not behavior adaptation. Number 4, owls can detect the places of their prey by using the super senses of. The owls, they have super senses in 2 organs, or they have superpowers in 2 senses. What are they? Hearing, yes, they can hear the 4 sounds or the quiet sounds, and seeing or sight. You can see even in the dark, they can see the 4 objects. Okay, number 5, an owl can see everywhere by turning in all directions. The owls, they turn what in all directions? Do they turn their eyes? Do they turn their feet? Do they turn their head? Yes, they turn their head in all directions, so this is how they can see in all everywhere. Where a chameleon can see everywhere by moving it in opposite directions. The chameleon, what do they move in opposite direction? Is it their head? No. Is it their eyes? Yep. The chameleon actually can move their eyes in different directions, so this is the correct answer. Number 6, a brain is connected to a group of nerves that passes through the backbone that is known as the. The brain is connected to a group of nerves, and this group of nerves are in the backbone. What is the name of these group of nerves? They are in the spine or in the backbone. They are named spinal cord. Spinal cord. Number 7, information is transmitted, moves, transferred from the sensory organ to the brain in the form of. The information moves in the nerves in the form of what? Do you remember when we said they moved in the form of electrical impulses? Electrical impulses through the nerves. They move through the nerves as electrical impulses. If you saw a cat, you've received the information through the sensory receptors in your. Saw a cat, so you see the cat. Which organ is that? The sensory receptor in your eyes. If you saw a cat, you have received this information. How? Through the sensory receptors in your eyes. Sensory receptors in your eyes take the picture of the cat and send it to the brain to process it. So the nerves send a signal to your brain. Okay, super, great. Let's move on to the page 55. We're going to solve question number 6 together. Correct the underlined words. Collect the underlined words. So these statements or these sentences have a word that is wrong. We're going to write the correct word. Let's say, some animals hunt at night because their number of prey is few, yani small, and the weather is cool. So the number of prey are few in the nighttime, or is large or big? Large or big. Tongue is the sensory organ that's responsible for smelling sour lemon. The tongue we use do we use the tongue to smell the lemon? No, we use it to taste the lemon. So smelling, no, tasting sour lemon. The spinal cord passes through the mouth. Through the mouth. The spinal cord. Do you have a spinal cord in your mouth? Can you check? No. Passes through the back bone. The back bone. Okay, great. When a bat sends a sound against a wall, it turns to it. This phenomenon is called camouflage. Camouflage is hiding depending on the color of the body. So it's not camouflage. When they make a sound, the sound goes through the wall and bounce back to the bat. This is the echolocation. The sensory receptors are the last part that receive information from the surrounding environment. The sensory receptors are the last part. طبعا no. We collect the information with the sensory receptors, so that they are the first part that receive the information. First part. The way through which a snake senses its prey is similar to the way that the owl senses its prey. The snake, they sense their prey by special parts in their faces. They sense the heat of their bodies. While the owl, they use their sight and their hearing to sense their prey. So, are they similar? No, they are different. The organ that is responsible for receiving, processing, and responding to information is the heart. Processing information. The heart? No. The heart is responsible for the blood, but the organ that is responsible for receiving and processing the information is the brain and the nervous system. The sense of eyesight of owls is weaker than that in the bats. What do you think? The owls, they have supersensory adaptation in their sight. So no, they are stronger. They can see very well. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for paying attention to the video and for solving these questions with me. And see you next time.